For leading walking groups in summer conditions throughout the mountain areas of Britain and Ireland, the appropriate award is the Mountain Leader Award, commonly known as the ML. As with all Mountain Leader Training Awards, there are minimum requirements for course attendance.
Great, well done. That's it. Go and find a seat, have a bite to eat and a little drink.
Many candidates find that these courses are good for developing personal skills and knowledge. However, the majority of candidates wish to learn and be assessed in the skills required to lead others.
So the next bit is climbing up the gully here, and it gets a little bit scrambly, a little bit rocky. Okay.
Mountains are full of exciting surroundings. As well as teaching their group skills to cope in this environment, a mountain leader will pass on their mountain knowledge.
Get your right foot on.
Mountains are steep. Leaders need extensive personal experience to be able to manage groups effectively in hazardous terrain.
Good. Go up and join Natalie. Well done, everyone doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Excellent. Well, we'll carry on then. Do you want to come up the front with me then, Sarah?
The hills and mountains have provided inspiration to many people, including famous artists, writers and scientists. By choosing an appropriate route, a mountain leader can provide a great day out and the opportunity for their own group to reflect on their experiences.
Sundew, yeah, in there, yeah. And they go really big later in the summer. Unfortunately, they just get eaten straight away when they get massive, you know, people see them around. When you're route finding here, John, try and think like 20, 30 metres in front rather than 10 or 15, so you don't walk yourself into a corner. Yeah.
Candidates will receive training and be assessed in group management and the responsibilities of a group leader, navigation, access in the environment, hazards and emergency procedures, equipment, expedition skills, weather and background knowledge.
So just have people close together and without saying anything, they'll follow you. Yeah.
The Mountain Leader Award prepares candidates to deal with leadership and safety issues in steep and rugged mountain terrain.
Yeah, watch what you're pulling on.
Security on steep ground, for instance, would include the use of a rope to deal with emergency situations.
Okay.
The 3-day, 2-night expedition should test the candidate's ability to be self-reliant and appreciate fully the vagaries of weather in the British Hills and how to remain comfortable.
And the risk assessment, very much ongoing. It's not something you sort of make the day before. The weather can change. And
the 6-day training and 5-day assessment courses provide potential leaders with the skills and knowledge to deal with a variety of situations in the hills and mountains.
Keep on glancing back as well, you know. And what you're looking back at is having an awareness of the size of your group. Yeah, this is the Mountain Leader Training course, and it's for people who are interested in taking and looking after other people in the mountains, in different sorts of terrain, in summer conditions. So all we're doing this week is looking at all aspects of that, but also, because it's a training course, we're also maybe preparing them for an assessment as well. Well, the skills will vary. Ultimately, it'll be a lot of navigation, not getting lost, and being able to interpret a lot of information from the map. So a lot of navigation and access and how we can actually proactively conserve the area that we're in, but also how they can maybe educate and infuse other people. Right through to looking at coping strategies with different sorts of terrain in the mountains and being able to manage groups safely on a variety of terrain, from your footpath to your off the beaten track on some easy rocky step. That's good. Don't have that hand up behind that's it, that's good. Not 2 hands, but just one is fine. At that stage as well, maybe highlighting the limits of what's manageable, what sort of terrain as well. And then maybe some emergency skills as well, so things like the emergency use of the rope, being able to cope with an incident on the hill, giving them some sort of structure in how they think. There's the hard skills of actually looking after people on different sorts of terrain in the mountains that we're in. Again, think about where number 4 is in your group. You're quite a long way ahead there. Yet at the same time, there's a huge area that I call soft skills, and that is looking after people and making sure they have a good time. And that extends right through to how tight their boots are, to maybe stopping and having a drink regularly, but also maybe making recommendations throughout the day of when to put their waterproofs on or to take them off. So it's the softer side of the skills that we do focus on quite a lot. Don't be too directive, be very sensitive there, and make a recommendation. Maybe you might want to put away your poles for this bit because we need to use our hands.
Mountain Leader Training Awards are designed for conditions and terrain found in Britain and Ireland. However, some foreign experience gained in appropriate terrain may be valid. The Mountain Leader Award was first established over 40 years ago and is widely recognised as one of the benchmark qualifications in mountain leadership, and is a must-have before any progress is made onto the higher mountaineering awards.
You can't see what's ahead.
The remit of the ML is very extensive. Candidates have to be very well prepared for the assessment course, as it tests them on their mountain knowledge and important skills such as navigation and party management. The assessment requires the demonstration of many mountain skills, including a 3-day expedition involving remote camping, requiring self-sufficiency.
Want to go up that?
Anyone attending an ML training course without having a reasonable knowledge of the basic skills required may not get value for money, and it is for that reason that we ask that all attendees have at least 20 good mountain days and at least double that prior to assessment.
The course is absolutely brilliant, there's no two ways about it, and I'd recommend it to anyone. The information is abundant and the guys don't overload you with it, it's drip fed through very nicely. And really is, you learnt a lot. I mean, we've only been here 2-3 days, and the amount of knowledge that has been drip fed through to us in that time is out of this world.
As soon as you put yourself here, you're unable to manage the greatest area of risk.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's not too intense. It's very thorough. It's teaching you things that that for certain when you're out by yourself or with your mates that you don't notice. Especially the surrounding areas and that. The flora and the fauna, stuff like that. Rock formations, all those sort of things you take for granted that when you're out by yourselves or with your mates that you start to pick up on.
I've always put myself under a lot of pressure when it comes to map reading, bearings, because it's kind of relaxed, and I was expecting the course to be really, really intense, and I got to be honest, I was a bit worried, but the way I've come over, the technical side of things, the way he's describing it to you, is being able to pick it up really easy.
You don't actually aim for the ridge line itself. You might aim deliberately to the side.
I got to admit, the instructor is absolutely brilliant. I've been lucky to get up in the hills with quite a few people, but Stuart has probably been the best guy I've been out with anyway. Really, really easy going. Doesn't put pressure on you, but at the same time, you're picking up so much from him.
And you can see it's a short step, so it's really easy to quickly assess it. Yeah. But if you're unsure, guys, just go and have a look.
It's the type of persons that you would want to be out on the hill with, so if you can develop that personality, then hopefully other people would enjoy being on the hill with you. I'll be just at the bottom, you okay?
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's brilliant. Really, really good course.